Did Bleacher Report just leak the Bulls' plans to fire Billy Donovan? We have a absolute juicy show to dive into today. What's going on, everybody? Welcome into the Bulls Report. My name is Patrick Siepman. So first half of today's show, we'll talk about this report we got from Bleacher Report, which is necessarily saying the Bulls are going to part ways with Billy Donovan. Then also I want to, on the second half of today's show, if Billy D does end up getting canned, who are some top replacements to be the next Bulls head coach? But before we dive into that, guys, if we get any more updates around this situation, around your basketball team, we will make a video ASAP. If you guys remember during free agency and amongst all these trade rumors with the Bulls, I was making videos in cars this offseason. So I promise you, if we get any update around your favorite basketball team, no matter what I'm doing, I'll make a video for you guys. So make sure you guys hit that sub button. But this is what you guys are looking for. This wild quote from Bleacher Report. This was in an article that Greg Swartz wrote up the other day saying Donovan and Chicago won't last long. Whether through firing or a mutual parting of ways, the Bulls are expected to look for a younger coach who specializes in player development. While Donovan is expected to explore organization in an organization focused on winning now. And, my initial reaction to this was, why wouldn't the Bulls just fire him now? Like, what is the holdup with this Billy Donovan situation? Like, if they are already planning on hiring a younger player development type of head coach, why not just do it now? Why would you wait for, let's just say, midway through the season and then you fire him then? That just doesn't really make too much sense to me. And if you're already planning on doing this, even if it's, at the beginning of next season, why not just do it now? Get the new coach in here, see if, he or she may be able to, get the most out of this team in this upcoming season. And I'll say this on the Billy Donovan front, he should have taken the Kentucky job. I'm not sure if they offered it to him. There were reports that Kentucky may be interested in Donovan. I don't see why he didn't take that opportunity after Calipari left to go join the Arkansas Razorbacks. I thought it made a lot of sense for him as he is one of the best college coaches in the history of that game. So, in my opinion, I think Billy kind of messed that up. Maybe he was more focused on, furthering his NBA career and didn't even really give that too much thought. But I thought he should have taken that Kentucky job. And also gets me to this point. I don't really know if firing Billy Donovan will fix the Bulls' issue. Now, I don't think he has been the biggest problem with the Bulls. I think he definitely has some blame to go around as, the players haven't really developed too well under Billy Donovan. I mean, take Patrick Williams, for example, a guy with all types of potential, and he's still necessarily just a 10-point-a-game guy in the NBA. Even though I do believe in Patrick Williams and that development, I would have just hoped that Billy Donovan would have got more from some of these younger guys. But, then again, it is a process in the NBA. Maybe some of these guys that have been under him could end up working out. But who's to blame for the Bulls' kind of mishaps over the last couple of years? You got to start with the front office. Roster construction. I'm giving that 60% of the blame. Now, you can make many arguments that Billy Donovan didn't get the most out of this unit, and I understand that. But a core three of LaVine, DeRozan, and Vooch, and you expected Billy Donovan to turn that into a title contender makes zero sense to me, especially for the fact that Zach LaVine and Nikola Vucevic are two of the worst contracts in the NBA as it stands right now. That's up top. That's up front with the front office. That's why I'm giving roster construction 60% here. Now, what about the players? I think they deserve 30%. Mainly putting that on LaVine and Vooch, as I chose to put LaVine's face right there. But listen, they haven't done much with the Chicago Bulls. Like, LaVine has never really embraced a true leadership role and kind of embracing that he wants to be the face of the franchise for Chicago. And we know Nikola Vucevic, one of the worst defensive centers in the league, and just overall, he is a net negative out there on the basketball court. You got to give 30% of the blame to the players. They're the ones actually out there on the court making it happen. And that's kind of the issue. They haven't made anything happen. They've been the 9th seed in the frickin' Eastern Conference for the past 2 years, which is the worst place to be in all of sports. But I will give 10% to Billy. I don't have too strong of a feelings where I'm not going to get up here and say the Bulls need to keep Billy Donovan. The Bulls need to fire Billy Donovan. I don't really feel any sort of way just because he's been a mid-head coach. Like, he has not done anything great. He has not done anything terrible. If I do want to give him credit, I will say the Bulls have always played hard under Billy Donovan, but Is that because of him, or is that just because of the leadership of DeRozan and Caruso that we have had on this team over the past couple of years? So that's where I'm chalking it up in terms of the total blame on this organization over the past couple of seasons. You guys let me know. Put on your GM hat for me. Would you fire Billy Donovan? Give me a Y for yes or an N for no down below in the comment section. Very, very curious to see what you guys have to say. Now, if the Bulls do fire Billy D, we got some top replacements coming your guys' way here in just a second, as there are actually a lot of interesting names still out there. But first off, today's show is sponsored by my favorite sponsor here at Chat Sports, and that is Prize Picks, America's #1 daily fantasy sports app with over 5 million active members. Now, Prize Picks is the easiest and most exciting way to play daily fantasy sports. Unlike other apps on Prize Picks, it's just you against the numbers, and all you do is pick more or less on 2 to 6 player stat projections and watch the winnings roll in. Get in on the daily action with your friends and become part of the Prize Mix community today. Now, the football season is just around the corner, and for week 1, I already have a lineup crafted. I'm going to take the more on Caleb Williams' passing yards at 236.5. Take the more on Jefferson's receiving yards at 89.5. Then I think Caleb's going to be finding DJ Moore a lot during week 1. So I'm going to take the more on his receiving yards at 63.5. But download Prize Picks today and use code CLNS for a first deposit match up to $100. That's code CLNS on Prize Picks for a deposit match up to $100. Pick more, pick less. It's that easy. I'll put that link for you guys in the comments and description of today's show. All right, let's talk about some Billy Donovan replacements here to close out today's program. As you know, I don't know if Bleacher Report accidentally wrote this in their article or what to make of this report, but I think it is more likely than not that we will have a different head coach before the start of next season. So who's one of the top replacements out there? How about Las Vegas Aces head coach and former Greg Popovich disciple, Becky Hammon? Huge fan of Becky and what she's done throughout her career coaching the NBA. And actually, Stephen Noe of Sporting News wrote up this sweet article about her saying Hammon has been close to landing NBA jobs. She had the backing of Damian Lillard in Portland and was a finalist for the opening in 2021 before the Blazers ultimately went with Chauncey Billups. Hammon seems very happy coaching in the WNBA, as she is a back-to-back WNBA champ. If she were looking to actively move, she'd be number 1 on this list. But WNBA coaches' salaries pale in comparison to their NBA counterparts. If the price was right, maybe she could be enticed into leaving. And I'll tell you what, if the Bulls could land Becky Hammon, this would be a great hire. First female coach in NBA history in terms of a head coach. I would love it. She's already got the support of Greg Popovich, and she has won everywhere she has gone. So I would be thrilled if it's Becky Hammon, great at player development and a younger option. But speaking about player development here, how about Sam Cassell? Now, reading that quote from Bleacher Report, I definitely do think the Bulls are going to be looking in the player development category, as they are a younger team, and they want to see a coach get the most out of these guys. And Sam Cassell is that. He is one of the best player development coaches in the entire NBA. He was up for the Lakers job this past season, but the Celtics did end up promoting him to a better position within their organization, so he stayed in Boston. But if you could somehow land Sam Cassell, he's going to have the respect of the players since he's played in the NBA and he's won a championship. I would be thrilled if that's a choice for Chicago. Now, let's talk about an option that I'm not in love with. I'll go Mark Jackson here. Now, he is older, and I just don't think this would be the best fit with what the Bulls are trying to do. But this is what Stephen Noe had to say, saying Jackson is still a prominent figure in the industry despite not coaching since 2014. The 17-year NBA veteran was one of the headiest point guards in the league during his playing days and helped build the foundation of the Warriors before being replaced by Steve Kerr. Now, listen, I like this option. I don't love it. It's not like I would be throwing a fit here on the channel if that is the hire to replace Billy Donovan, but just don't really have any too strong feelings on this. So, again, if this is the hire, I'd be okay with it. But, again, I'm not feeling too strongly either way it goes. But let's talk about James Borrego here. He was a candidate for the head coaching job for the Los Angeles Lakers before they decided to go with J.J. Redick. So Borrego's got a great relationship with Anthony Davis. He's actually done a great job for the Charlotte Hornets. Now, I would like this option for the Bulls as he is a younger guy and players seem to love him. And that seems like the two kind of top pecking order of what the Bulls want to do when hiring a new coach. They want a younger guy and they want somebody who is also going to be help develop a lot of this young talent here on this team. So I wouldn't hate Borrego at all. But I do want to close it out with my favorite option. I would be popping a bottle of champagne here on the channel if the Bulls could land this guy, Chris Quinn. And this is what Stephen Noe had to say about Quinn. So Quinn is one of the hottest names that you have never heard of. The 6-year NBA veteran had a remarkable playing career for 4 teams before joining the Heat coaching staff. He's been there for 10 years, starting as a player development coach, which is key, and working his way up to Spoelstra's right-hand man. Now, this is very interesting from the Bulls front, and, if you could get some Heat culture here in Chicago, yes, please sign me up. I think what the Heat have done over the past 10, 15 years under Spoelstra has been remarkable. They truly have an NFL feel to them where it's all about developing players, really getting the most out of your homegrown talent. And maybe that's what the Bulls need. Now, I was talking to Nick Roloff, our Heat Report host here at Chat Sports, and he was saying that maybe there's a deal in place where once Spoelstra's done coaching, he goes up to the front office and Chris Quinn takes that head coaching job, which that could very well be the situation. But maybe the Bulls offer him a great deal. I would be thrilled. So I would take Chris Quinn as the next head coach of Chicago. But hey, you guys let me know. Who do you want as the next Bulls head coach? Let me know your thoughts down below in the comments section. But yeah, if I'm watching this video, I'm no doubt typing Chris Quinn down below. Now, if you guys want to give me a follow on Twitter for the latest around your favorite basketball team, that's a handle right there. And make sure you guys are subscribed as if we get any more updates on this weird report we got. I'll have a video for you guys ASAP. But see you guys next time. Go Bulls.